Welcome back. This is the video that so many of you have been waiting for. My Shelby is back. It's here indefinitely. Hopefully, I hope nothing else happens to it. Hopefully we don't have to go through all of that we went through, but it's here. Everything is ready. It is tuned. We have numbers. I've missed it so much. Now, before we get into all of the details about the Shelby, I figured let's talk about my warehouse. Let me give you a quick update, just because I know that in the previous video a lot of you were interested and mentioned that I should give updates here and there of how the warehouse is turning out. So let me show you that, and then we can get into the good part about the Shelby. Now, this may look like a mess to some of you, but to me it's an organized mess. It's a lot better organized than before. The only thing is that we just recently got a new shipment, so that's why we have all of these boxes here. So we don't organize it a little bit better, but it's been a little crazy here, especially because it's Labor Day weekend and the sales are going crazy. Now, the only thing that I have yet to touch is this side. So this small section here is still not organized. It will happen, but that just hasn't been a priority for me right now. And of course, we have just a lot more boxes, a lot more craziness going on here, but it's coming together. I mean, before, when I showed you guys this section, it was nowhere near like this. I'm not even sure what it looked like. It was probably just a whole bunch of desks and a lot of furniture here, but now it is coming together. Now we have a new table, which I'll show you on the other side, more shipment, but it's just been crazy busy here. This is the other section of the warehouse. In my previous video, I had mentioned that I had more shelving. I just needed to set it up. So the shelving is already set. I do sell on 3 platforms, so everything here is pretty much Amazon. I recently just got a shipment, sent that out, so I do need to restock this with all of those boxes that are in the back. So this does take a little bit of time, and this is that new table, well, this new section that wasn't set up before, but this has added a lot, just because with selling on so many different platforms right now with the sale, it's pretty crazy. Before, I only had that one table over there, that one section, and that was just way too crowded. So I do have this section here. I think I may have to add another one once I get this whole area situated and organized, but for now this works. And I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's very enjoyable to me. This area with the 4-post lift has changed as well. The last time you guys saw it, I believe the lift was on the floor. It was a little bit more to this side. I had to move it more that way just to make a little bit more room. The Camry's still there. I know that I mentioned in my previous video that I was thinking about selling my Camry. I'm still thinking about it. I still haven't decided. It just hasn't been top priority just because I've been so busy, but for now it'll stay there until I finally have time to really sit down and think about it and make my decision whether I want to sell it or not. Finally, here's my Can-Am. I finally brought it back from the other shop. Yes, it still has the Christmas lights, but the good thing is that it is going to get cooler here in, like, I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2 months. So I'll finally be able to drive this around and take it off-roading. Although I think it'll probably be after Christmas, because there is a Christmas parade here and I still have the Christmas lights from last year. So I don't think I'm gonna take this off, just because it is a lot of work. So it's already set up. So I think I'll just wait until Christmas, do the parade, then take that off, and then just enjoy it off-roading. So now let's get into the Shelby GT350. There are some exterior changes that some of you guys may or may not have noticed. Some of you may not appreciate. I like it. At least now they may be temporary, but before we get into that, again, just to recap what happened to my Shelby GT350. Ford can't make engines. We all know that. This is a known issue with a lot of GT350s. Pretty much cylinder 8 was the root cause of everything, and then everything just went to hell. But I did a whole series about this. If you guys want to see that, then I'll link it somewhere in this video. Everything has been assembled by RPG. Pretty much what I did is I disassembled the entire engine just because I wanted to learn. I had never done that. I wanted to get that experience. Once I did that, I was like, this was very interesting. It was very fun, you know, kind of check that off of my list. But I was like, okay, you know, even though I did this, I don't think I want to assembling the engine and just being 100% sure that nothing was gonna happen, and then having to spend more time and more money on this car. I was like, nope. So RPG rebuilt the engine, they assembled it, they do phenomenal work. I am so happy with everything that they did. I will have a list of all of the parts, all of the engine parts, everything that was done to the engine in the comments down below. And a lot of you guys have been asking me for the list. To be honest, it is a lot. I don't remember everything, so I will have everything in the comments down below. Just know that this engine A1, okay? But now let me go ahead and show you some of these exterior changes. I don't know if some of you remember that I did have the FP350 splitter, so I removed that. It's right here against the wall. So right now it only has the R splitter, and it also has the APR canards, which now that I just mentioned this FP350 splitter, I did forget to mention that RPG was also able to add a lot more cooling, that I got the ideas from the FP350. So it does have that. Again, I'll list all of that in the comments down below with all of the parts. So that is good now that it has more cooling. So it's just for, you know, peace of mind. But either way, so that splitter's not there. So now I just have the R splitter and the APR canards. I don't know, some of you may be a fan, some of you may not be a fan of. So right now it doesn't have the APR wing. However, the holes are still here. And to be honest, I know that these holes bother a lot of you, but they don't bother me. Now this adds character to the car. And the huge benefit of this is that I can now either add the GT350 wing or the GT350R wing or that APR race wing. I have all of the holes for it. It is interchangeable. So right now what I plan to do is just add the R wing. I do need to buy one just because I sold my previous one, and just leave it with the R wing for now. What I plan to do with this car for now is just drive it on the street, just take it easy, just enjoy it. I do plan on taking it to the track, but not right now. So I will have the GT350R spoiler added again here, and the front will stay like that, how it is, with just the canards and the R splitter. When I take it to the track, I will most likely add the race wing again and the FP350 splitter, but for now it can stay like this. I am a fan of this look, especially not right now with this, but once it has the R spoiler, I will enjoy it like that. As far as the exhaust, it still has a stock exhaust. The only thing that changed is that instead of the X pipe, it now has a massive resonator. I know. Why did I do that? So the reason for that is that once I turned on the car, it was so loud, at least for me, and I was like, you know what, I already have a super loud car. I already have the Camaro. That thing is obnoxious, so loud. With this car, like I said before, I kind of like just want to enjoy it on the street. I'm not planning on taking it to the track just yet. I kind of just want to kind of bond with it again, just drive it. It's been such a long time that this car hasn't been here, and I just wanted subtleness. I wanted to be able to cruise along, enjoy the car, and turn on the radio, maybe listen to it if I wanted to. I wouldn't have been able to do that with how it sounded before. I can't do that with the Camaro. So for now, I'm good with how it sounds. It may change. I mean, knowing me, it might change because I like loud cars, but for now, I just want some time with the car, enjoy it again, and then, you know, we can make these exterior changes, maybe change the exhaust, and who knows what else. No, I think that's it. That is it for now. So here we are. You guys may not be able to see it very much just because it is a little bit dark, but this is the GT350 engine. Now it just pretty much looks stock, nothing different here. The only thing that you can notice are the GT500 valve covers. It still has a stock intake. Again, this engine is NA. You also can't see it, but it does have a Mishimoto radiator, because again, I cannot stress how much I wanted to stress about the cooling in this car. I wanted that to be something that I really added, just because I really didn't want any issues again. I just didn't want cooling to be any part of any foreseeable issues. Not that anything's gonna happen, but I really stressed about cooling. So I have that Mishimoto radiator here. Again, NA stock intake. Now this was tuned on 91. It was tuned on a very hot 95-degree day, and it was tuned by Dyno because, of course, who else is gonna tune it? Dyno has tuned all of my cars, zero issues, has tuned all of Chris's car, very happy with them. So are you guys ready? I don't think you guys are ready. So these are the numbers right here. So this is to the wheel, so 561 horsepower and 404 pounds of torque. That is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but that is freaking crazy. NA engine, 91 on a hot day, stock intake. So that means I can still get more power out of this is if I were to just add a few changes. If I were to get an intake, if I were to tune it for 85, I don't know if I'll do that. Maybe later down the road. For now, I think it's fine like this. Maybe if I were to add those things. So 560 wheel horsepower for an NA engine, stock intake, 91 on a very hot day. That's pretty impressive, because that is what my Camaro ZL110 made stock, and that is a supercharged engine. So that is like, wow. So that means if we calculate, let's say, you know, the 18% for the drivetrain, this will probably end up being somewhere like 650, 660 horsepower to the engine, which again, really impressive. I haven't seen that anywhere. That has to be some kind of record for an NA GT350 engine. If it's not a record, then I could probably get it to be a record. So I could probably do 85 an intake, cooler temps, and then maybe that'll be like 600 wheel horsepower, so like maybe 700 horsepower engine. So if that isn't a record already, then I don't know what it is. It's a record just how it is now, but if it's not, I can definitely get it there. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. With this car, I've been like a little not feeling it, even though, you know, it's kind of exciting that it's finally getting done, but I've been kind of like rolling my eyes at it just because of all this time that it's taken for this, you know, just the issues, the effort, the work, the money, everything. So when I finally got it tuned and I saw those numbers, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, finally, you know, like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see that everything that was put into this car is finally worth it. I was happy, even though I was surprised with the numbers, because it's kind of like a shocker, like really it made that much. At the same time, I wasn't surprised because I'm like, of course, it's nothing but the best. Built by RPG, again, they are the best at what they do. Tuned by Dyno Comp, again, the best at what they do. I feel like those two, Dyno Comp and RPG, fire, straight fire. So I am so happy with this. I haven't driven this car to the max yet. I want that to be something that both of us do together. So I'm thinking for the next video, I do a D-drives on this car, because I don't think I ever did a D-drives on this car. I feel like now how this car is, it deserves it. Although I feel like I am gonna wait until I get that R spoiler, just because that bothers me, even though the holes don't bother me. The lack of a spoiler does bother me. So once we get that, then we can make the D-drives, and then we can get my first impressions together. So we will do that together. I just drove it like just a little bit. I haven't pushed it to the max, so we will do that together. I want you guys to get my honest reaction. I'm very excited. I'm very happy to that. I'm looking forward to it, so that is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. So another thing that you guys requested in my previous video is that I talk more about the business side of things, exactly what I'm doing with e-commerce, and just go into more details. But I don't know, because what I'm doing in e-commerce has zero to do with cars. It has like absolutely nothing to do with cars. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, because I know you guys are here for the car content, and I'm still gonna do the car content here and there, just not as much, just because I'm focusing more on that. I mean, I still am woman driven. I'm just not driven into cars as much. I'm driven into business. So again, just let me know if you want just more details, more just explaining about what I do, more videos on that. So if you do want that, then I can go ahead and make that video. Just let me know in the comments down below. Again, everything with the Shelby will be in the comments down below, because I know you guys have been asking for that list. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think about the Shelby. I'm so excited to experience it full throttle with you guys, and also let me know what you guys think about making just more business related videos in the comments down below. So I'll see you guys on the next one.